Hello and welcome. I'm Sean, noob of all trades from Two Generations Gaming. Previously, I posted a video about my top 5 hidden gems for the Atari 2600. I then followed that up with a deep dive on my favorite of those, Hero. In this video, I plan to do the same for the Nintendo Entertain. Let's try that again. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, with the top 5 hidden gems first, and then I will do a deep dive later on for the favorite of the 5. We got the Nintendo long after it released when I was a kid, maybe even towards the end of the lifespan. I'm not 100% sure. We certainly never saw many of the big games of the console. Most of the games that we got secondhand from my mother's work. They rented the games there, and then when they were no longer popular, they sold them at a discount. So those are the games that we got. So I know a thing or two about obscure games on the console. At this point, I couldn't name a single one for you. Yeah, maybe you can name some in the comments, some of the ones that I don't talk about, and maybe, who knows, maybe you'll trigger a core memory for me and I can do a video on that particular one. This experience of getting the console so late shaped me as a gamer. I got the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo when they were still popular myself. I got a job so that I could buy them both. And then when I got older, I bought the PS1 and the price dropped the week later. So that shaped me as well to never again purchase a console at full price. With this video, you aren't getting an objective stat-based list. This is based purely in vibes. How much fun I had playing the game, and how likely I am to play the game again. Your list is probably different, and I love that for us. The point is in having fun playing games.
Number 5. Shatterhand, 1991. What if Mega Man traded his blaster for cybernetic fists? You'd get Shatterhand, a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It follows the formula to perfection. But, as with all of these games, it also adds a few twists. You can collect coins to use for power-ups. It's me, Mario! Restore health, improve your combat power, and purchase extra lives. The other mechanic is where the game really shines. You collect the Greek letters Alpha and Beta. When you get 3, it spawns a drone. The weapon depends on which ones in what order. A great strategic addition. As far as boss battles, at least the first reminds me of the bosses in Metroid. Lose a couple of times, learn the pattern, and then profit. Number 4. Crystalis, 1990. What happens when Zelda and Final Fantasy have a baby and it's raised in the apocalypse? Crystalis, that's what. It's a top-down action RPG, similar to Zelda. You move around, enter dungeons, and swing swords around. But the story gives it more weight. This is more than just rescue the princess. Also, the sword system makes the game unique. Yes, it has projectiles like Zelda, but there are 4 elements, and the swords level as you use them. All of this comes together to make a satisfying game with massive playability. Number 3, Guardian Legend, 1989. The Guardian Legend set the standard by breaking the mold. 2 game modes. Vertical shoot 'em up that makes you think of 1942. Generic, fine, but a forgettable game. Top-down exploration. Another Zelda clone, but this time without the epic story. Also, fine and forgettable. Together, a game greater than the sum of its parts. Chocolate in my peanut butter in my chocolate, as you know. Explore, find a dungeon, survive a shoot 'em up, and you get a new item, and more to explore. It's not a shooter with exploration. It's not an adventure with shooter levels. It's a game where both complement one another, and both matter equally. And its echoes sound into the genre-bending games of yesterday and even today. Number 2, Uforia, 1991. Some games want to destroy you. Uforia simply wants to give you a hug. This game is a low-risk, high-reward Metroidvania. Before we even know what that meant. No need for pixel-perfect jumps. No constant threat of death. Just explore, collect your friends, and smile while doing it. The game is definitely too slow for those who want that constant action, but it's a perfect game for someone looking for a low-stress play. You start with one character, and as I said, you unlock the others. Each has its own ability that helps advance the game, and that's it. Jump, squash the enemy, pick them up, and throw. They kept this game from us for decades. They thought it was too strange for us in North America, and I get it. It's not for everyone. But for a cozy game, before even that was an official genre, it's the gaming equivalent of snuggling up with a warm blanket. Number 1. Kickle Cubicle, 1998. This game is just pure puzzle perfection. There's a story here, but it's like Bubble Bobble. You aren't playing for that. You are here for the ice-breathing protagonist, who turns enemies into ice cubes, and then kicks them to smash other enemies, create bridges, and activate switches. In that way, it shares some similarities to Boxy Boy, if you've ever played that one. But the real magic here is in the old saying, easy to learn, hard to master. As you play, the difficulty rises to an insane level. Each puzzle and level is unique. Just you, your brain, and some really cool level design. This isn't the most ambitious, it's not the longest or the most difficult, just the most playable for me. As I said, pure puzzle perfection.
That's my list. Did I miss any of your favorites? Let me know in the comments, and I will make a note to perhaps hit them later with another video. Up next is my Kickle Cubicle deep dive. Yes, I picked Kickle Cubicle as my number 1. So be sure to check out that deep dive. Subscribe for notifications for when that one comes out, and also when my Sega Master System Top 5 Hidden Gems comes out. As always, thanks for watching. You can find us, if you haven't already, at www.twoguysgaming.net. We have articles. I've been doing a deep dive on the Fallout TV show. I'm up to episode 4 of season 2. We also have a podcast, a Noobs Book Club, where I read and react to a book. Currently, I'm doing The Burning God. Next month, I will do Project Hail Mary, because the movie's coming out, and I want to do a comparison with that. I've done a bunch of other books. You can check them out. There's also links to our socials, including this YouTube, obviously, and our TikTok, which is also fairly regularly updated. I think that's all I have for now. See you next time. Bye, guys.